We will continue our discussion of variables and data types. Today we will look at the code part of it. So let's go ahead and declare some variables. So first of all, you need to know that to use a variable, you must declare it. Since Java is a strongly typed language, so every variable must be declared before it can be used. So suppose we want to create store some numbers. So first we will write int, then we will write the variable name. Suppose number, and here you go. So now you have a variable declared. So what it's doing, it's creating a variable named number. Number will be the variable name, and int is the data type. It will store all integers. So if we want to store something into it, let's try that. For example, you can once you have declared it, you can use it anywhere in this whole function. So let's give it a value like 7. So as you see that number is stored, sorry, 7 is stored in the variable number. So we can give it another value. Let's give it 14. So now 14 will be stored in the number. So we can also print the value of this variable. Let's try printing the value. To print any variable, just simply use them in the print function like this. Now it will print the most latest value of the variable number. Let's run it. So as you can see here, 14 is getting printed since that was our current value. So we can let's try printing it before assigning it 7. So let's try that. So as you can see, it is now printing 7. Okay. So also you can give value to a variable during declaration. For example, here I am declaring a number, but I can also give it a default value. For example, here uh, I can give it 0. So it will give it value of 0. So here I have declared a variable named number, and then I have assigned value of 0 to it. So we can give it any value. Now let's try printing this variable. You will see that 0 is getting printed. So yeah, here now 0 is getting printed. Suppose we want to give it some other value like 22. So 22 will get printed. Also in print function you can combine things, like you can suppose you want to print a text along with this variable. You can do things like this. For example, if I want to write something, suppose I want to write a text along with the number. So if I want my text to appear first, I will write my text first, like this is my number. So as you can see, this text will be printed as it is on the screen, since it is in double quotations and it's a string, so it will be displayed as it is on the screen. So to display another variable or a string, what I will do, I will use the plus sign symbol, and then I will use my variable name. So what it will do, it will first print this string, and then it is will print our number. So basically it is doing like an implicit casting. It is converting both of them to a string, then it is concatenating them. So let's try running it. So as you can see, first our string is getting printed and then number. So I can add more things to into it, like I can add like another string into it, like add and here. So let's run it again. As you can see, this text is also getting printed along with variable. So you can also do things like this. Let's declare another value. You can declare if your variables have the same data type, you can declare them like this, like in number 2, int result. And now we have declared three variables of all three of them have the integer data type. So let's try giving them a value. Two Number 2 will be given 47. So let's try printing both of them. So let's print what we can do. We can print a space. Let's print a space between them. So let's try now. So as you can see, both variables are getting printed. So you can combine things of any data type, not just integers or strings. Like I can have all possible data types getting printed here. So that's also a feature of Java. So what I wanna show you is some other data types. So let's try double. Double is used to store decimal values. Double, let's call it num. Yeah, let's just declare it for now. So as you can see, it has been declared. So let's try giving it a value. Let's give it 4.5. So let's try printing that value. So let's see what happens now. As you can see now, it's getting printed here. So since it's a double value, so let's try giving it 4. It will print 4.0 since it it has converted that integer value into a decimal value. So you also need to check that since it will only store decimal value since it's double data type. Let's try printing a single character. As you know, char data type is used to store a single character. Let's call it ch and let's give it a value. It can represent any character in the world as long as it is single. Let's give it a. So let's try printing that. So as you can see, a is now getting printed here. We can give it another value like p. Uh, System. You will see that it will also get printed here. So let's run it. As you can see, both of them are getting printed here. So these are how you declare variables and you use them in different ways. So let's look at one last data type. Let's declare a string. You might have noticed that string starts with capital S since it's a class. We are creating an object of a class. So let's, as you can see, as you know, string must be written in double quotation. So call it my name, any name you want. So now, oh, I forgot to give it a name. Let's give it a name like text. So now we have a text object or variable, and it is storing my name into it. So you can print that or use this in your other calculations, whatever you want to do. It's completely up to you. Let's print it here. So as you can see, it is getting printed here. We can also use byte data type. Byte is also a data type. I told you about it in the last lecture. We can print both of them by a. So now, as you will see, both of them are getting printed here. We can also insert a space between them, but that we will need another string. So let's add another string. So now a space will be printed also. As you can see, it is getting printed here. So make sure to separate each data type with this operator. Then it will get printed, and you can insert spaces by using this empty string of an empty space. So that's it for today. Thank you.